Okay, so I'm gonna do a ranked commentary on my finals matches versus Doogile. These were the most exciting matches. It's 7 matches, so it's really long. And I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna see how I can do. If I can commentate for an hour straight. I just woke up a little bit ago, but should be good. Um, the thing I remember from this specifically is I did not play perfectly. I didn't play even amazingly. I there was a lot kind of wrong with my gameplay. Even here, so like this is so weird, right? Because I grabbed 2 logs, and the idea is that you can play this ship without like uh what am I doing? Why don't I make a iron shovel? But you can play this ship without having to go back to the island, is the idea. But the problem is that now I'm getting wood with a wooden axe in like a shipwreck in the water compared to just going back to the island is just it's just cleaner because you get a stone axe. You get you can get your logs faster. They're not gonna be floating everywhere where you have to go grab them. Do I even like, grab this other one that flew away? It looks like all the way back there. And so maybe Dougal spotted the ship faster, but I'm pretty sure he just entered faster on the sea. Because like even though I played that pretty close to optimal, I mean obviously there was just time loss because I was just playing slow and maybe a bit nervous. It was not um it was just not faster. From here, okay, okay, yeah, sorry. I thought I had 1 door, but I have a regular amount of doors. Okay, we're actually like very similar pace. Oh no, he's in 4 seconds faster than me. Probably with more logs too. That's the other thing, is like you can get more logs, have more blocks, have more everything. So from here, obviously it's just like a stables, but I see the triple triple, and I want to play that. I should be farming soul sand or soul, I think there, because I think like just a few blocks for this row would be really nice. Do I boat clutch here? I would have boated. Okay, yeah. Um, Now, for this, triple routes are weird because in ranked you want to get all 12 gold blocks, in my opinion. Well, that was nice. Also, if you don't kind of bait piglins like that, it's definitely something that you should do because if you go around the corner for like a whole second is when it becomes safe, then they basically just forget about you and you can just and they'll wander like most of the way, so you can just kind of style on them and run through them before they notice you again. And so now I have a shit ton of pigs, so this is double triple, obviously. Also, I like blocking off these blocks with those 3 blocks there because for stray pigs, they just get fully blocked off, and there's no real reason to, in my head at least, to get extra stray pigs. So just blocking them off is fine compared to what normal people do is they like box themselves into the gold block room, but I just think it's not as good. Doing mine on the wrong side. Okay, I always forget this. I don't know, like, if there, I just need to figure out a good memory thing for that, but mining into this triple gold from the other side, you can easily do it, but I just always do it wrong. The one thing that I will say is there is like a dedicated triple route, or at least I think there is. Um, I've seen something where it's basically you start from the right and then go left, and I think it's just cleaner. Maybe you like grab the first gold and then bring it to the middle and then do the other. Like, I'm not sure exactly, but there is one around if you do some searching. I haven't practiced it yet. I definitely will practice it soon. Now, I mean, I just remembered it. I should definitely practice it. Um, and so I have my obby, so I don't loot the last chest. I guess that's fair. Um, yeah, Duke's already in the fort. Every single time, like, something like that, or it's like, oh, Dougal's enter the fortress. My brain gets kind of, oh my god, I have 18 obby only, are you kidding me? My brain gets kind of like, uh, or, it makes you feel kind of jumpy, like, oh my god, I'm behind, I'm messing up, I'm playing bad, I need to play faster. But, um, honestly not a lot went wrong there, and you just have to make sure that you're confident with. Oh my god. Make sure that you're confident with like playing your own game and not really worrying too much about what the other player's doing. Obviously, metagaming, their positioning is good. Oh my, I think okay, I think that guy was a one crit, and then I just didn't get the crit off, so he just like went away. Okay, yeah, so this is interesting. This fort, there's a lot going on, but I saw strays over here, so I want to play the strays because like forcing strays is really good, but I also saw that single stray and the good part of the fort over there, so I ended up pearl hanging to that single stray and the good part of the fort. But then these three strays just turned into seven because for some reason there's just a four spawn all the way over here, and you just can't pass this up. And also it's really good rates, and so I get my 6 rod here probably. And I have to unpearl hang now, which is kind of just a waste of food and time, but there's not much I can really do, to be honest. I don't... I probably would have played it similar. Maybe I don't do that pearl hang because I just see the, like, more strays or whatever, because there were more strays to, like, the side. But, yeah, back to bow measuring and zoom macro. Yeah, this is taking me a while. I think I'm way better at bow measurements now. Do I need wood? Yeah, that's a good heads up play. It's easy to notice when like the woods are right next to you, but it's sometimes good to uh, I mean, you should just be thinking about it. So I sent 3 pearls this way. I'm like kind of keeping on my angle. I might have thrown pearls a little bit differently, to be honest, because um, you want to like in your head at least like in my opinion, what you should be thinking when you're going to second portal is just like how can I draw the straightest line and throw the most optimal pearls, and then from there you deviate depending on what you have to do. And so I deviated really early when I don't think I needed to, but that's okay. It wasn't like a massive time loss, and now I'm like 20 seconds behind into the Stronghold. I'm not feeling like I'm playing bad, but I'm not feeling like I'm playing particularly good, and because I've just lost a little bit of time on each split pretty much, except for like Fortress where I got lucky with the strays. Okay, yeah, this is good. I like this because basically what I'm doing is I want to hunger reset for 0, and so I'm using pearls to help me nav so that I can um, hunger reset faster whenever I get into the portal room, because now I don't have to throw as many pearls, and it also just saves time on the nav. This is okay. I remember vividly in my head thinking about this. I was metagaming too hard, maybe. I was like, Doogle's not in the end, or Doogle's not in the end, so it's not easy nav, it's hard nav. And I didn't trust my like first spike or something like that, and then I ran away from it, and then finally I'm like, wait, what is going on here? I should just go back to starter. This is like way too deep, and it it just ends up being straight mid, I'm pretty sure. There's no other. Oh, there's bottom left, I guess, but yeah, I checked there, and then boom, it's just mid. I don't remember what happened to him, but he just messed up the nav somehow, and I also messed it up because of my metagaming. Um, is it not here? Okay, well. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because I heard it and he didn't hear it, and then it definitely just was mid. Like I should have been paying more attention. Also, this I don't know how many people know, but I'm looking at subtitles to figure out where the portal room is. Seeing the lavas in front of me, and then it said to the left, and it said like, and I was thinking it's above me as well because it obviously is not on the same level as me. Um, I do a hunger reset in this corner, which is quirky. Um, I'm just thinking I need to catch up to him. Let's see what's going on here. I have my like 7 beds. I can't place the bed because of the chain, and then I get an endermite. And so this is like a fine hunger reset, but then I just pick up all my shit, get pushed into the side. I'm taking so much damage, just getting comboed by a silverfish and an endermite, and I don't have my bar organized at all. So that was just not good. I don't disagree with doing the hunger reset there. I just should have been more aware of like everything and what's going on. Um, Then I'm just going for the 0 cycle, and I'm pushing 94 because, okay, in my head, I'm doing so much metagaming with this seed, actually. Okay, I shouldn't have placed Netherrack, by the way, on the bottom there. It's not a big deal, but if I try to do like a low bed, then I could get fire on my feet, but obviously I just don't do any low beds, so it's fine. But in my head, Doogile missed the 0 because the dragon flew on 90, so now I have to go to 94. So I force 94, and it pays off, and um, in reality, Dougal just didn't 0 because I don't think he like had blocks or something, and so I got that win. I basically stole that win because I was entering in so much later. But anyway, we're back into the second match, and I'm thinking like, even if I get a win, it's not the confidence booster for me. For me, the confidence booster is me playing well and winning. So like, I entered in slower there, and I just 0 to beat him, which obviously overall I played the seed better and I won the seed, but at the same time I felt like I was just very far behind and shouldn't have played the seed like that in a lot of different ways. But here, okay, so one thing that I will say is like we do a lot of BTs in this series, and I start missing them, and I think it's just like unless I was just not that confident in my BTs because of how much ranked I had been playing. And ranked was like not a ton of BTs, but I don't know. It still is a lot, so I was just making mistakes. I'm not really sure. Maybe when I see the specific situations with the BTs, I'll be able to point out what exactly I did wrong. But recently I switched to thin BT anyway, so I don't need to worry about doing anything wrong anymore because it's very easy. Um, I try. Okay, so yeah, that's actually one thing that's interesting is I try to do the 2x1 at like the edge of the ravine. I should have just gone into the middle of the ravine more. The thing is, like that could have been too deep, but the odds are it's not too deep, and so I should just go to the middle of the ravine, and the middle of the ravine is like forcing 2 deep and forcing 1 deep as well, like if the ravine is shallow. Oh, okay. I don't think it's bad that I commentated over this, but this is a seed that got reset. I'm just gonna skip a little bit. On to the next seed. Okay, let's see what I do with this seed. I oh, it's probably a BT miss. So let's see what I did. I'm scanning. I think it's in this chunk, but I'm pretty sure it's farther. Yeah, I double check. Then I double check again. Is it here? Oh, yeah, like I can't really tell what I did wrong, honestly. I was just not like paying attention to the direction of my spikes. Here is Goofy. I'm mine down 3 blocks, and then I can't get this fourth block, so then I have to go under the water anyway, and then that's just the BT like is underneath that, so there's no point in me mining those 4 blocks. But I'm already 20 seconds behind off the rip, which is just the worst feeling ever. It's hard to come back from that kind of. Oh my god, what is this? This TNT is so far from these trays. I'm gonna get like, yeah, 4 logs. Um, there's not much I could have done differently, but I have 2 TNT, so I should have just probably done double TNT on 2 different trees and just raised it properly and done everything properly, because now I have to axe this tree, and axing trees is not terrible, but it's just not good. Um, Now I am heading out, and I spot the kelp. I guess I probably looked at the other side of the island, assumed that this would be better because this is deeper or something, and I didn't see a ravine on the other side or any kelp or anything, so then I just sent this way. It looks like I might be making up time here because he hasn't gotten hot stuff yet. This was a, oh, there's hot stuff. Um, this is a kind of small ravine, so it's kind of hard to spot, but oh yeah, it's just a cave. Um, oh boy, this is gonna be awesome. What do I do here? Just the normal 1D portal? And I'm just getting pushed? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's not fine. I should have not broken that block first. I don't know why I did that. Okay, well, anyway, the portal had some construction that had to be done, but I made it through. But now I'm already 30 seconds behind, or even longer, just because of that portal and the BT miss. And so now it's just like a super, like, just feels over off the rip because when you're playing in this match, you assume nobody's making mistakes. Um, Even though it's like high pressure, it is just supposed to be the best of ranked. But clearly I'm fucking up a lot, so. Now I just like I'm looking at this terrain. I go right on it, and because it doesn't look like the up is going to be faster, and I have to rescan. Rescanning's fine. Rescanning's good. And if you don't know the angle of your Bastion exactly, you want to be running on this as straight of an angle as possible. So now I'm okay. Let's see what I do here. It looks like it's double good gap. I don't know how much that changes my playstyle. I don't know how many triples there were. I didn't check just now. Wait, yeah, okay. So now I start with a good gap from down here. So, oh yeah, this is weird because sometimes people trade early, but I don't like trading early. I like always doing manhunt. So I leave the gap, which is a lot of backtracking, but I leave the gap and I make sure to get that trade because I don't want to be losing any pearl trades. And I open up this side so that I can get any extra pigs that I can. And I try to just toss gold out to distract them, and I toss it very poorly. I like hit the roof. Double aggro is good on stables. Oh my god, okay, that was just that was really close. I should open up the top. Yeah, and I have some more pigs pathing in. The kind of idea I have in general with stables is you want to try to have like as little backtracking as possible and just looting as many chests as possible. So often when I'm playing stables, I will, which is kind of counterintuitive to what I did on the seed here, but I kind of had to. Um, the thing about stables is like you in ranked, a lot of the time you have to loot most, if not every chest. Um, but what's nice about this is I have all my gold traded, so I have 11 obby. I know exactly how much obby I'm gonna get from trades, and I just do like the last little inventory managements, give me this last little gold so that I don't have to mess around with anything else, and 11 obby exactly. So now I can go up and confidently. Where am I going? This is a good gap. Um, I can go up and confidently leave after looting the first few chests. The thing about that, though, is it's even worse on this seed, since I have a triple and nothing's buried, so it's not as bad to be checking like a bunch of the backups. But either way, I got my hobby out of the first chest. Um, and God, did I not jump through that pearl? I think I linked it. I have so many fire res as well that I should just probably clear out of my inventory. But I have 90 FOV and I'm here in the basalt. I see the 4. Up to 6 RD probably. Oh my god, what a terrible pearl. I thought that was gonna hit, to be honest. Um, I dropped it, but it's kind of late. Using pie chart to find the spawners a little bit. I don't do it that much when it's like mostly open, but I probably should just do it more in general. Because there's no real downside. You're just using the game renderer pie chart like you're finding a BT, but you're finding spawners. Anyway, I hit like a ton of strays here, and okay, there's a lot of withers too. So what I like doing with withers is kind of like wrangling them all up and then building my pillar, and then they all just path, and I clear out all the withers. So that's what I kind of did. Is like I went forward just enough so that they would see me, and then got the guys that were following me as well, and I just cleared them all out. And I hit really nice strays here, and then I'm on 5 rods, and so now it's like I can pretty decently confidently play this spawner and overlap the portal animations, and hopefully like just works out cleanly. Uh, and so that's why I didn't like play for more strays there. Doogile also starts finding Stronghold, so I don't really know if he caught up or not, but it looks like we're measuring at the same time, and I have 5 rods. I don't get 100% here, so I walk a few blocks to the side and then jump to like reset my desync. I get this chicken here. Yeah, if you double click really fast with the lava bucket, you can get the chicken without burning the food. But I get this chicken and it barely doesn't have the fast heal on me because I'm 3.5 hunger down, which is like unfortunate, but it's not a big deal because I'm waiting at the spawner for a few seconds anyway. And so I'm gonna get the heals, it's just gonna be slower. Which isn't that nice for pearls, but it's not a big deal. So I pearl once here. Keep pearl, and then once this terrain. I'm kind of keeping height. I don't know how far it was. I kind of wasn't looking, but keeping height is better for like when the terrain is farther. Keeping height is better. Also, I can only throw one more pearl, and because I'm at 5 hearts, no saturation. So I'm saving this pearl for when it's really juicy, and so then I use it when it's pretty juicy. I should have gone all the way down to that lower terrain. I could have easily done that. The pearl. And boom, I'm at chords. Nice. That was solid, but if I had a little bit more confidence with my direction and my pearls, it would have saved time in general. I think. Oh, I know what happens here. I think I should have just immediately hunger reset. I don't know exactly. The thing in my head is I don't want to immediately hunger reset because I want to hunger reset in the portal room and have the saturation for the God. It's gonna happen. Yeah. I just misplaced my block and fell and died. So yeah, I threw the seed. Talk a bit about coming back, but the thing that I wanted to say about the stronghold is I wanted to let my hunger reset take longer so that I can have the saturation so that I can zero cycle and have a little bit more confidence with the zero cycle because I'll just have more health. But I was saving the hunger reset and then it killed me, so I don't know. I mean, what really killed me was me misplacing the soul sap, so I don't think it was particularly wrong, but yeah. Anyway, getting back, you kind of just have to play off scraps. I know where my portal is because it's on Ninja Rimba, and I kind of know the general idea of the terrain. I just have to remember where I built my nether portal or my entrance portal, and grab some wood and some extra blocks to see if I can get back. But at this point, Dougile's in the stronghold, and it's pretty much just over from here. This is my biggest throw in the tourney, probably. I mean, it was just like a blatant death that could have easily been avoided, and it was also like while I was ahead, and I pretty much had a guaranteed win because I was ahead by a decent amount. And on top of that, it's in the finals, which is like fortunate. But yeah, I'm just looking at Ninja Rainbow, looking at my course to try and figure out the best terrain to my portal that I built. I probably get back in time. I feel like maybe I shouldn't show this, but I also um, don't want to like cut parts out really. It's kind of weird. Like this is just a lost match. Yeah, there's this stables here, and where am I going? I'm getting back to the chords. I didn't realize it was so close to the stables as well. But yeah, here is also kind of scary too. I'm doing this. What I like to do when I'm jumping over lava with no fire res is like I always double click just in case. Okay. Demon's there. I didn't even make it back. And whatever. Let's just get into the second match. We spawned in a pen. Okay, so I remember this seed a bit. Desert villages are always very weird for me because I never really know what to do, but I notice these trees are close, so I don't have to worry too much about like getting sticks from desert bushes and using the crafting table in the houses. Instead, I just go over, grab this wood, and then I'm just gonna front load out this wood because I got the 5 iron and pretty clean. Pretty clean overall. So there's not too much to this. I mean, I'm just getting my wood. Something that I noticed in a few of my matches is that I would not get enough wood. Nowadays, I think, okay, nice doors. Nowadays, I kind of think about how wood is just like a really good building block, and I should be getting more in the overworld. What is this floating post? Like, what is that doing there? Um, yeah, so I should be getting more in the overworld. So even here, I end up with like 21, and I could have even gotten more. It just feels weird to spend a lot of time getting wood, but when it's right there, there's no point of not getting it, in my opinion. Anyway, I start running towards the lava pool here, and I'm looking for the lava pool still, and then I spot it. Um, this was my time loss on this enter, was Doogile spotted the lava pool way earlier than me because he had fire spread, and there's just nothing I can really do about that, but also just, I mean, there was time loss other than that as well. But the big thing is, you'll notice that I forgot to get food. So that was quite unfortunate. Other than that, like, this overworld is just pretty standard. I'm entering with 16 planks, which I would have, I should have entered with more, because there is just going to be time where it would have taken more time to get the, like, it would have taken more time to get, less time to get logs than to, like, do the movement in the nether, or do, like, place the blocks that I need to place, or whatever, get extra blocks. But either way, this is a very, like, normal, like, there's no terrain nav. I just have to run in a line, and then I'm in the Bastion. But okay, here's something interesting. This is all basalted off. So basically, I know that I want to play a Manhunter out, but I know that I'm not going to get that many pigs because it's all basalted off. Oh my god, I almost missed that block placement. But so here, I do my route that I like to do, where it's manhunt into like the mid down. Basically it's manhunt mid down, and then I grab that chest there to have armor so that I can safely go up, because there was lots of pigs wandering around there and I didn't have any gold on me, so I had to get some armor or some gold pieces to bait them. I dropped them a lot of gold down there, to be honest. They're going to be trading for a while, but that's okay. Oh, one thing that I will note is that I looted that chest, and I should have fully looted the chest. Fully looting the chest just means I don't have to go back to it, and it's less backtracking and less bullshit, so there's no really point of me not looting that chest fully. I mean, I can get the pig started trading like slightly earlier by like a second, but then I lose a lot more than a second getting back to the, or like going up here. Here I'm gonna like loot it. It's like, oh wow, I got my string that I missed, my arrows, yeah. Um, so yeah, I have lots of pigs now because I did the mid down, so it got me just like 4 extra pigs or whatever. And I have all of the backup gold as well, which is really nice in ranked, so that I don't have to worry about barely not getting 20 or whatever. And I'm just waiting on these trades because I know I'm gonna leave out the top. I know I'm gonna leave out the top and try and get my obsidian out there, so I want to get all the last little juice I can out of these guys, and I get a pearl trade late, which is really good. So I'm a heart and a half down, 2.5 hunger down. I'm definitely realizing now, I mean, I've already realized definitely, but that what is happening with these big ones, that I'm low on food, or missing, I forgot food, and that I have to be sparing and careful with my pearls, and I also have to, like, you know, make sure to not take any unnecessary damage at pretty much any point, because if, like, it's important not to take damage when you have no food, because the more damage you take, the more annoying it is in the run in general. But that happens. Yeah, I remember that happening. That was just like, that's unfortunate. That's not really my fault. It was a blind pearl, but it wasn't that blind. It's like I knew that there was terrain there. There was just a hole. So now I'm on 3.5 hearts, which I'm in a lot worse place than I was before. I mean, I can't throw as many pearls as I could before. I can't play as confidently in this fort. I think I die from like 1 wither skeleton hit and like 2 blaze hits, so it's not a nice situation to be in, to be honest. But I still am trying to force 5RD because I know that I'm in the fort. I'm ahead of Doogile. I did the Bastion better, but he probably didn't forget food, so I know I have to play fast and out there so that I don't lose too much time to this fortress, so that I don't just fall behind. But in doing that, I dropped my RD and I got a whole bunch of wither skeletons to spawn, and now I also have to, like, I'm just like running around everywhere, and I don't have hunger, and my hunger is running out quickly, and uh, there's just lots of things that are going wrong. Like, I'm knocking these withers off, and then they just climb back up. Like, what is that? But either way, I end up with 5 rods. Do I have 6 rods? And I start my first portal early. Okay, I start my first portal earlier than 5 rods, but a regular bow die measurement. Too much to say about this, but like I really just am thinking about how I need to have more hunger. One thing that's interesting is there's a hunger reset where you do it in your portal, like up there, and I wasn't confident with it, but I maybe should have done it. Also, I think I built a staircase for them, so a guy figures it out. Or no, do I? No, not yet. That's later. Oh my god, that was unfortunate. I was thinking it's not a misplay for me not to hunger reset out there because I have a health to pearl and then I can save like I can do 1 pearl and then hunger reset. Then I just ran out of sprint mid jump and just like, fell and then didn't have enough health. Also, this is so awkward. Yeah, Rod probably fucking. Dude, I should have just blocked the lava off before I did that. Yeah, so there. This looks so stupid. There, I built a staircase for there and lost health. Now I throw this pearl hang. In hindsight, this is kind of a scary pearl. I probably would have thrown it again though, because I'm just like waiting for places and I don't have much else to do. So yeah, I love that pearl, and I know that this terrain's not that bad, but now I'm on 2 hearts because of that wither, and I want to pearl again ahead of me, but I shouldn't have done it probably. I do this tech where you can pearl hang and then unpearl hang and you don't take damage. Pretty lenient, so I should be doing this like every single time I can with that. But from here, I hunger reset, and now I don't have any fire res, and so now I'm in a predicament because and I'm going to the chords wrong. This is just like this is hard to watch for me because I know it's just like so bad. It's just I'm going to the chords wrong. I hunger reset when it's unnecessary. I built the thing for the wither, and either way, I have to like bridge out on these chords. I'm at Y40, which is not bad. I didn't have to like I don't have to worry about height too much. What ends up happening, I think, is that I hit a ravine that's next to starter, and then I get even more sad because I'm like, Doogile didn't hit this ravine, even though he did. He's just that much ahead of me at this point. I just didn't feel like I was playing that wrong. Also, I use chunk chords on Ninja Rainbot. It's just easier for me to use because it's a smaller number, and so that if you, I think people should try out both, because in my opinion chunk chord's better, but honestly block chord could be better for a lot of people, depending on like how their brain works, to be honest. Yeah, so is this not easy? I mean, it looked like it should be either here or to the right off that 4-way, I guess. Not to the right, but like straight off the 4-way. Here, really? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. It's just straight. And then Doogile enters the end, so I actually caught up a lot on nav. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I left my crafting table in the hunger reset, and now I only have 12 planks, and on top of that, I only have 12 planks, and I don't have a crafting table. So now I only have 3 beds, and I also don't have glowstone because I made all my anchors before. So now I only have 3 explosives, which was yeah, the spell rate does nothing. Severe just like misplays, and then I even go for bow, but I crafted all my wool. Like, ugh. This I think this run is like a prime example of what can happen to your mental when a small mistake kind of snowballs, because it wasn't even just like this. Okay, this all snowballed because of um I forgot food. I forgot food, so I was low on health and I played slow in the fort, so I was behind, so I was trying to play faster to make it back. Then I had to hunger reset a lot, and then I was taking unnecessary damage and making silly small mistakes, and then I had to I ran out of anchors because I was hunger resetting, and I used my crafting table to place the anchor, and then I forgot to pick it back up, which was another small mistake. I didn't have fire reds because of how much I was hunger resetting, and so just like so many things just compounding one after one after one after one just because I forgot food. So that's definitely just one thing that's like, and the other thing is if you forget food, now I'm playing foodless, which is just uncomfortable. I'm not as used to playing foodless. But anyway, here is an interesting place. So basically I get these 2 logs because there's no downside ever to getting these 2 logs when you're looting the ship. Because you're gonna have to punch 2 logs anyway. So Doogile gets the iron a bit before me, but I'm not worried about it. I get in here, and I have obviously a lot of iron. And what Doogile does, I think, is goes back to the main island and gets shears there and shears the wood. I don't know if I noticed this, but if I did, then this is like why this play would be very correct, which is instead of getting blocks from the shears, the trees on the island, I get blocks from this the shipwreck, and I just make sure to like get a lot of them, and then boom, ravine's right here. So if I notice the ravine is right here, then it's like a lot cleaner than like what I did was just a lot smoother and cleaner in general. And I think I save a lot of time, to be honest. I have like a solid amount of blocks too. There's like not really, yeah, I don't know. It's just a cleaner line. It's a cleaner line. It's really like weird because obviously that other seed where I front loaded 2 logs and it was an upside down ship, it was a lot slower to do what I did. But on this seed, it ended up being a lot faster, and I'm not that short on blocks. But it's interesting to note. Now I get just like a spike right in front of me, and looking at this terrain, and it kind of just I'm just trying to head straight as possible because I know it's just in front of me. And it just ends up being here. So what is this? Triple stables? Okay, yeah. Let's see what I do here. This will be definitely very interesting. I block off that lava, which is good. What do I do? What do I do? Okay. Yeah, this is unique. So basically what I see is I see that there's a triple, and I'm at the triple, and that it's a buried stables. Buried is a very important aspect of this. So what I do is I play this single stable, this single triple stables. Oh wow, wait, does that work? Okay, that's pretty smart actually. I really like that. If that worked like as well as I thought it would. Oh, okay. Well, this guy's not in. We're just gonna assume that guy went in. Opening that up late and then blocking it off and then overlapping while you're running up to the chest could be really good. Okay, so that's what I was looking for, is I got a single pearl. Now, with this pearl now, I can pearl hang outside of this stables, and I can go play a gap like normal. I think I just didn't have that many pigs or something, so I wanted to, okay, what do I do here now? This is even more interesting. Do I let these pigs... Yeah, okay, so I bring the pigs down. This is dangerous. I'm pretty sure I knew that I was, in the middle, but I don't really remember how I knew that. But basically I brought the triple pigs down because I wanted to have this maximized gap route, and I have even extra gold now. So I have the triple and the gap trading, and so this is definitely a weird play and a quirky play, and I have that pearl hung above, and so it's very debatable if it would have just been faster to go down and then back up. But the pearl hang is very nice. It's like it's honestly like 20 seconds, but I had to play the triple to get it, so I don't know. But the nice thing about playing the triple is now that I have extra gold, so in case the trades are bad, then I can be set so that I don't have to play the triple later. The thing about like a lot of things that I'm noticing is that, oh, that was unfortunate. I maybe should have broken the blocks in a different order so that I could have baited it into the pit. Now it's below the pit and it's kind of awkward, but the thing I'm noticing is that it's such a weird, this game is such a weird balance between like overlaps and straight kind of like non-backtracking lines, because a lot of the a lot of the overlaps involve a lot of backtracking, and that's like the point of them. So you have to balance it really well. But either way, I end up getting trained for my 20th hobby here soon. This is taking a while, but I have everything else. Okay, so I get it. Grab the extra gold. Always good to grab the extra gold in ranked. My pearl hits a tree. Pearl clutch might as well because it lose less health. I don't remember what direction Spyro was. I find it, and it's this way. I found the portal. I don't know, like, I know where the spawner is directionally, but I'm just kind of hoping this terrain is gonna open, which it does. And I pearl on top of the crimson tree. Okay, one thing that I should talk about maybe is, crimson trees, crimson terrain is always seen as really bad, and that's correct, it is really bad, but optimally you can just pearl on top of the trees, and then it's basically equivalent to any other Cthulhu terrain, because you're just on top of the trees, there's no downside. This is interesting, right? Because I'm ahead here, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I played that Bastion like a god. And I found this 4, and there's no way he finds this 4. And then boom, I'm about to blaze bed. Wait, I have a lava, like, flowing above me, and if I blaze bed, it's gonna release it. Um, so I don't blaze bed, and instead I make gold picks, I think. So I don't know what's better here. Um, there's definitely different like options that I could do, but I know that lava is really bad for your portal, or for your spawns. Lava, the light it emits is like very high, so if it's like next to your spawner, it can really fuck stuff up. Maybe what I could have done in hindsight is blocked the lava higher so that I could have blaze bedded, or just like, I don't really know exactly. Probably just block the lava higher is the best play. But I have my 20 and I'm just making sure I don't misplace. One thing that I did just there for like 1 second, you saw it, was I aimed on the edge of the block that I was mining, so that now my mouse was perfectly positioned in the like spot to place 2 obby. That's like kind of underrated consistency strat. I look for stuff like that all the time when I'm playing, but that one in particular is just really nice. You don't have to move your mouse at all. The idea is you don't have to move your mouse at all to place the 2 obby on the top of your portal, and so you don't have to worry about misaiming ever. Measure my 2 eyes. Boat eye's really nice in that I don't have to move at all. Doogile gets his first rod now. I'm assuming this place, but it's just gonna be slow. So yeah, mining out the edges and the walls and everything as much as possible is very important. I have 2 rod, or I have 4 eyes, 2 rod equivalent, and I think I have 1 rod on me, so 3 total maybe. So I know that this is gonna take a while, especially because these spawns are so slow and I don't have a ton cleared out. I don't have a rod on me. I literally just have 2 rods equivalent. Maybe if all 4 of these drop, then it'll be clean, but that's low likelihood of happening. Yeah. Now I should be looking for Pearl Hand. Why am I not looking for it? There's nothing else I can do. I can pre-craft, I guess. Wow, 10 beds. Congrats. I hate that. When you have too many beds. I should maybe like split my wool sometimes, or like make my wool like perfect amount, because like it's not bad to get extra beds, just for like it being cleaner and more consistent. I throw my gold there. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. So I should have just done that pearl way early, especially since I was like over there, and then there was like just clean overlap, and I just don't, because instead I opt for crafting early, which thing about crafting is normally you craft in the portal room. The portal room is just a completely non-overlapped crafting split. It's just a safe area. So if you do your crafting while overlapping literally anything at all, you are saving time versus crafting your beds in the portal room. The only thing that you have to worry about is just inventory management. If you don't have your inventory managed, then it's not going to be as fast. But, um, yeah, so you can basically craft your beds whenever. There's no, there's nothing forcing you to craft your beds in the portal room. Sometimes I craft them on the way to the second portal, when I'm scouting terrain or whatever, and that is even slightly better. Um, Spawn just randomly in this, like, starter of the mine shaft. Uh, I have a weird spike forward, I think, so kind of checking it out to see if it can, if this turns into it. And if it doesn't turn into that direction, then I'm gonna assume it's fake. And then I'm gonna look for a portal room a different way. Oh, and it does turn back down, so that's good. And I mean, Doogle's not in the Stronghold yet, and so I have 57 netherricks, which is so nice. 57, if you mine up until the 57, then crouch and throw your pearl at the edge. You will not have to place another block beneath you. And then I have Small Boy here. One thing about Small Boy is, like, you should just be starting your build up as soon as possible, because there's no time loss to, like, staircase bridging, basically, compared to building up. You're time locked by the building up. But I went to 90 there, and there was nothing I could really do because I had buried 057, so I can't get to 94 at all there. So it flies on me, nothing I can do much there, but now I have my, dude, what am I doing? Now I have my, I craft my bow and just get started on the half bow. Dougal I spies now, but I'm pretty confident, like, damn, I'm already doing half bow, he just I spied. That wasn't easy. I just saved a lot of time on the seed. That 0 is impossible too, that's the other thing that I'm confident about. Unless he goes like 91, I guess is the potential, because I always go 90 on that one. Dude, okay, I'm not used to putting a bow in offhand, and like I just doing like the most sketchy possible things on that pillar. But bow in offhand is good because you don't have to just like you just don't have to swap your hotbar slot. You can just like look away from the blocks with your blocks in your hand. Then you don't have to swap your hotbar slot back when you're placing the blocks beneath you as well, but then it's also kind of just awkward because you have this weird thing in your offhand that if you right click, you're just like gonna be like loading a bow. But either way, I got the perch here. I have like 9 beds or whatever. I lost 2 beds against the when going for the 0, but this is just like really easy. And so that's the 3rd match. And so now is it 1-2 for, no, it's 2-1 for me. I'm up 2-1. I need 2 more wins. But I'm feeling more confident in my play after that seed. That seed definitely is a confidence booster, but then I go back into this seed and I immediately just start choking this map list. But there is some metagame that you can do with map lists. If your opponent gets it really fast, then you can know, like, he just got it so fast it has to be in one of the overworld chunks. He didn't mine underwater to get the map list, so that's basically what I did there, which I already was pretty confident it was in that chunk, but that gave me double confirmation because he got it so fast. I raised my TNT there and I got so many logs and so much dirt. That's like the optimal thing that you can do, but I don't need 30 planks. So like there's wait, no, actually I just placed I didn't raise it, did I? I just placed it in between three trees. Um I don't think I have to be as particular about my TNT placement sometimes, especially when there's just so much logs. Like, you want a stack of dirt in ranked, I would say. I mean, if you can get if you get less, it's not a big deal at all. Like, you're aiming for probably 30 minimum. That's like the nice number to be at. But either way, Doogle's just in the nether first. He probably just did some stuff cleaner than me. But I know this Bastion's really close, and Fort's right on top of me, so I don't have to worry about this. Okay, so something interesting happens with Bastion here. So I let's see how I start this for first of all. Do a triple stack and then I run up. This is weird because I know it's a bridge. Like pretty cleanly dodge those piglins, but I don't want to dig, and so instead I go up the triple and then back in, and so I don't have to dig at all, which I think that's probably as optimal as it gets. Just like thinking about it right now. And that boat clutch was nice. Leaving the boat behind is like pretty important because if you go for the boat, hoglins, piglins, there's just so much garbage down there that gets really scary. I grabbed all 16 gold blocks, which is fine. Usually, I would say probably I grab 15 more because that last gold block is kind of awkward. And I grab my boat here, which is also fine because I don't want to have to go back down. And like I get my pig trading like slightly later. I'm like, okay, this is hesitation. I think I thought I saw a pig down there, but I wasn't like sure if I should force going for that pig. Also, I dropped my diamond sword in the hole, which isn't a big deal. I'll just pick it up later. But I just thought my gold was in my 4th slot, but it was actually my diamond sword. Loot these chests after doing the upper row. What I do is upper row on buried and lower row on exposed. But then I started to not do the lower row sometimes. I learned this auto funnel row, which I don't know if it's good. I've been wavering in my mind about it, but like obviously it's good. It's very time neutral. I just don't know which one's better. I set my pearl hang here and drop some gold probably and loot these chests. Okay, well I just played safe, which there's no real reason to do it like this. Again, I think my gold's in my 4th slot, but it's actually pearls now because I have pearls. Gold's in my 6th slot. I should have just dropped them some gold, and then they would have been done a trade, and then I could have checked my, or I could have like, what was I gonna say? Oh, check the chest. I would have looted the chest. Anyway, 19. So, okay, this is what scares me. Doogile gets in the 4. I'm like, what? How did I lose time? I feel like I've been playing this almost perfectly. I need to get in the 4. And so I unpearl hanged. Oh, what do you know? I don't have string. Or I have enough for 4 explosives, which is just wrong. I had 40 gold and like 8 pigs trading. I think a nice ass pearl. That pearl I'm so proud of. That was like, I saw the opening and I saw just like the perfect line for that pearl. I head out into this fort. Drop my RD. It's good. Don't use my diamond sword for some reason. I think I just forgot. And I'm looking for the spawners. Why am I not using game render? I should be. Oh, there we go. I start using it. I don't get any spikes that way, so I had to back out to the outside part. Which, if I had been looking around the outside part, I think I could have just spotted it earlier. Yeah, there's both the spawners now. I have to like play this a bit different. I should have just kept my eyes more peeled and I would have been able to spot these spawners earlier. It's like a definitely very underrated time loss is not seeing the spawners because you just didn't notice them because you're dumb. Which happens to me a stupid amount. But now I play the first spawner and then play the second spawner and then I'm gonna probably place both the spawners and then. Oh no, oh wait, 3 rods? It's nothing. 4 rods now actually, it's kind of nice, but. Oh, not blaze bed, right, because I have 4 explosives. Make my gold picks. Gold picking the spawner. I don't know if this is the optimal way to mine. I learned the optimal way to mine a while ago, but I started to realize like it's just not that important. The important thing is getting as many blocks as possible, and like kind of as long as your aim is like good, then it should be good. I finally think about the diamond sword. My 5th rod, and now I'm gonna start my first portal. Mine that block just because it might be blocking some spawns. And Doogile starts his first portal as well. I'm like, oh, maybe I save some time here, but I think he's on 6 rods and I'm only on 5, and I don't know how long the 6 is gonna take. Oh, what am I doing? Again, I said this last video, but you can double click really fast and you get green bow every time with bow die, which I didn't know back then. So there's a lot of getting in and out. Oh, I do something cool here. This strat, it's very important to throw the pearl up in the center of your portal. In my testing, which is not very efficient, but or not very like accurate, I guess. No, the better term to say is like it's not very precise. Which was that I just threw my pearl up above, and I aimed in the, I stood in the middle and aimed up and jumped through my pearl, and I just tested how many times that it fell, and it was about a 1 in 20 that it missed. And so I honestly just like those odds, especially because that time save is so nice. Um, it just feels so clean. Obviously, you have to check the depth of your ocean. If the ocean's too deep, then you won't be able to do it properly. I'm too far from chords. I don't have soul speed boots, or I don't have the soul speed effect because I'm in lava, maybe. And Doogile I spied, so now I am ranking to chords. How far off was my pearl? Not awful. With Ninja Rainbot, you can get your angle before you throw lava pearls, and then you can throw them a bit more accurately, but I kind of like not using that because I'm not really it's weird to like look at your second monitor. Um and so now I just get the spike bottom left, but not looking good because I have 0. No, I don't have 0, but I should have 0. I just threw down left here and then it curves. That's funky nav. Uh, I should have 0, but I threw, and now I'm just gonna go in the end. Forceless is only, I think he got crossbow, so he didn't do 0. Um, Now I enter at the end and set up my anchor, and now it's just normal automat half bow. The difference between the half bows is sometimes I've messed with like starting my half bow earlier as I'm running to the fountain to get some like different angles on the things and to start it earlier, but the automat half bow variation is extremely nice where you're just kind of building up next to the tower because all of the crystals are so easy to hit. My god, it's so close to me. So it saves time in that regard. Okay, but I really need to work on my aim with this crossbow. I'm missing so many shots when I just shouldn't. Anyway, Dougal won. Just got a perch. 905, it's fast run. It's kind of crushing, to be honest, a little bit. But anyway, boom, right into this next seed. Let's see. Okay, so Rune Portal Village. It's kind of weird. As I said, like before, I'm scouting. Normally, you scout food, water, flint, and iron. Or wait, what did I say? Food, water, flint, something. But on this seed, since I got my flint, I got my food off the rip. I only need to scout water, which water is really easily scoutable. Okay, I actually played this wrong. So what I should do is this axe is way more useful as a block getting. It's slightly faster on the golem, but stone axe is fine to use on the golem, and it doesn't lose that much time compared to the time loss of using my stone axe to get me planks. I should have just saved this gold axe and gotten more planks and just had a bunch of blocks to use in the nether because when you have a bunch of blocks, it just saves time. Um, my gold is on a hill, which is just unfortunate. Not really much I can do about that. But I played it like okay, but I think that is some time loss that I had. And then now I'm getting a few extra logs. Only get 2. Like I'm just not getting enough wood in these seeds to be honest. And I should have grabbed that gold block right there. That gold block was so in the way. Also, I do something stupid here. I don't need to complete the portal like this. That crying was in the top left. So I just could have done the top portal and fine, but I just missaw it. This I saved time on, I think. Let's see how the nav is. I'm like I go up left here. I think that's the biggest thing. Is I went into Great Pro, saw the up left terrain, went up left, and from there it was very just clean and straight right to the Bastion. And I have to do a little bit of a crank, I think. I grab some wood here. Make sure that I have enough blocks for this Bastion, even though I probably should have grabbed more, to be honest. Because I have to do this like crank here and just making sure that I don't mess up my movement, so I'm being a little bit careful. Heading to the chalice now. It's not. I mean, like technically, because of my angle I was at, I could have done a manhunt route, but I don't like manhunt routes very much. There are very specific times where they will be better, but in this scenario, I'm not too worried about like what I did. Grab the chalice. Now I'm off to the triples. I see the right side triple, which is obviously the one I'm gonna play. Get all the pigs in the pit. Standard route. I could have maybe done the upper route here because the upper route and the lower route are so similar in time. I don't know which one is like correct still to this day after doing both the routes for like 2 years. Um, they both have their upsides, and also there's the auto funnel route, which is even different, which is a different upper route, which is maybe even better. I don't know, but now I'm getting my logs for beds, which is good overlap. I really like that. And I have a bunch of obby already, so I think I'm just not even thinking about looting the other side of the um, bridge, which, looking at this now, like, what do I do? Yeah, I still have a stack of gold trading. I should have done a deeper pearl hang. Maybe. Wait, actually, how much? 18, I need one more pearl trade would be nice. Okay, get it, and I have string and I have pirates and I have obby. Okay. No, I should be good. I should just leave. I don't want to do. So that pearl hang wasn't actually bad, because I was really close on my trades and I had a decent amount of pigs. Now I'm kind of just maneuvering around this terrain to try and find this fort. But again here, like if I was on top of these crimson trees, I would have been able to see more, I would have been able to spot the fort better, and I would have been able to use better pearls. I should have been looking around a bit more here. Knowing how to nav the fortress while being on top of it is really good. So I don't know what exactly I do here, but I kind of just get random strays. I could have pearl hung to the spawner. I saw a spawner to my right, I think, or I saw the good part at the very least. And so I could have pearl hung back and then gotten these strays and then... Do I pearl back here? Maybe I didn't notice the good part, but it was definitely on my screen. Now I'm in this good part. I'm using pie chart to look to find the spawners, and they're just right around the corner, which is really good because I might have gone the other way if I didn't use pie chart there. Now I got those 4 strays into 2 blaze spawners, and the first one was a 3 spawn, and I'm like, damn, this is actually looking pretty good. The second one's a 4 spawn. Do I leave off this? I mean, I would definitely start my first portal here. Oh my god, another spawn that quick. There's a 1 spawn though. I'll just kill it after when I come back. I'm feeling pretty confident in this match. Okay, this is definitely not gonna work, right? Yeah, okay. Because I'm so far ahead at this point, and I feel like I've been playing this really solidly. Stuff is going right. Stuff is going in my favor. So what is that? 89%? It's too small for me. I don't mind throwing 2 here. 11% chance to lose the run. That's just not worth it, especially when I'm this far ahead, especially when everything else is... There's just, I mean, obviously it's not a direct 11% chance to lose the run. It's not how the Ninja Rainbow works exactly, but I get my rod there, but I think yeah, I got a break, so that was just sad. I have to wait for the next rod. So this is weird. I save for a bow, which is good, but if I don't get my spawns, then or my rod drops, then this would be bad. I get another 4 spawn on an unmined spawner. That's ridiculous, but this is dropping the 4th rod. Oh my god. The 4th blaze dropped its rod, which is so lucky. Now I'm heading to Chords. I don't know how far it was. Wait, it was 1800, right? Yeah, okay, so going up terrain is definitely just good here. Because I could have gone down in that lava, but this, I have terrain to pearl to. I should be pearling more. I'm using the soul sand to just run, but I have blocks, food. I have food, pearls, so there's no point of me not just pearling a lot. Um, I'm using my gold pick, which is nice, and yeah, it's lava down there, so I don't want to drop. There's no... Wait, what? Why am I at, actually? 49. Ah, that's pretty bad. I maybe should have dropped. Oh, hit the portal, hit the stronghold. Okay, everything was just going right for me this run. In RSU, I wouldn't have dropped. In ranked, probably, probably should have. Even though it's awkward. If I, like, look above me, maybe, and just spam plays blocks down to the lava, that could also be good. This nav seems very obvious to me. Is it here? Yeah, wow. It was just a mid-left spike, and then you just go mid-left, and then there it is. Boom. In the end, already have everything pre-crafted. 15 blocks on my bar. That's the only thing I have to think about. And what do I bring? Gravel. Not bad. I might have gone for the soul sand nowadays, but I do my staircasing with the nether brick, and other than that, you alternate gravel in between, and boom. Got the setup done. Nice. Maybe bring my glowstone on my bar, but I'm not gonna need it probably because I have lots of beds anyway. Anchors are really nice to craft even if you have a lot of beds because they're just backup in case you mess up, and you can do a lower anchor and it will save your run basically. But overall clean. Another sub 10 in this series. I'm feeling good about this run, definitely. I think this snowballed me a little bit into the rest of this. Wait, does it snowball me? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, this was the 6th match. Yeah, so that one was definitely like the turnaround, like, fuck yeah, I got a sub 10. Now I just need to clutch out one more seed and I'm the winner. Loot this blacksmith, 3 iron, and a pickaxe. I hate woodlight, so I make an axe here. And I know the golem's kind of, I think I saw the golem and it was kind of clean to go for, so I don't mind getting, I don't mind killing the golem for flint. The only thing that I will say about that is it, in, it could be very wrong. Like, this could be very wrong depending on where the lava pool is. If the lava pool is nowhere near flint and then I have to woodlight anyway, then it's just annoying. But I do have a little bit of time save with, you get the, oh, that's kind of nice. I like that. Do I get flint here? I think I'm looking for it. There's no flint in this river. That's great, actually. Yeah, I'm looking for flint forever. I remember that taking me so long on the seed, and it was really annoying because I felt like I was going to be behind, but it was kind of goofy because the seed ended up just being as like the last seed of the whole tourney, it ended up being a lava pool RNG seed where you just kind of look the right way and hope you can find it. There is a lot you can do actually though with finding lava pools. Um, Obviously just being on Quake Pro and looking around as much as possible, and during killing the golem looking around as much as possible is really important. Maybe that's another benefit to going for the iron and going for the flint. The other thing is like when you see hills, you're nervous about those because the lava pool could be behind those hills, and filter doesn't really check for that, so um, it's good to kind of like check behind hills, but neither of us got the lava pool for a while, but then I ended up getting it first, and boom, I'm in the nether, I have food, I have blocks. Maybe could have gotten a few more blocks, but that's not really a big deal. Treasure right in front of me, see the fort behind. So this is important. I noticed the fort behind me. I saw it, like it was there, and I looked for it and I found it. But what happens later on is, let's see. So I have this treasure. Oh, I think I entered this treasure actually nicely. Let's see what I do. I crank over and then do I just like go in the little hole on the right? Nope, I don't. Okay, well, there's a little hole in the right that you can go in and then you can play from there, but it looks like I didn't do it. So there, boom. See, went for this TLN chest, and spotted the fort. So now I spotted a fort in front of me. That fort is SSV. The other fort is Crimson. In my opinion, this SSV Lava Sea fort is way more, like, way better to go for. I think for some reason Doogile just didn't see the fort. I think he would have made the same decision as me, but the idea is that, or the conclusion of this seed was that I went to a different fort than Doogile, and so Doogile lost 30 seconds on the enter or something. I wasn't paying exact attention. Oh my god, I got lots of pigs here. This is a really nice treasure right so far. And I'm like a bit ahead. Like I maintained that lead, I guess, and I spotted the fortress in the distance, and I suppose he didn't spot it because he ended up playing the like Crimson Home portal. This is actually very weird, right? In ranked, there's something like that I've thought about before, which is you almost want to play in what you think your opponent is gonna do. Because if you play the same way as your opponent, but play faster mechanically, then you'll win the match. And so straying from that causes very butterfly effect shit. So on this seed, I mean, in this seed in particular, like I would have assumed he would have gone to this fort, but I think he just didn't see it. I remember rewatching and asking, "Oh my god, you picked up all your shit," and once down to the lower, and then once to that terrain. I only have apples, which is kind of scuffed, to be honest. I save 8 gold, by the way, for a golden apple, which I'll craft later, which is kind of nice. But apples are just not a good food source. They're just really bad. Their saturation to healing is just horrible. Really, I killed these withers. That's unfortunate. I should have been able to get these 2 strays without having to deal with these withers at all. But yeah, I'm in the fort here. I'm feeling good. I'm ahead, playing off these strays, and I'm just trying to force as many strays as possible because those spawners are so far. I really don't want to go for them. Do I pearl here? Yeah. I pearl behind the spawners to be safe, and then I pearl like next to a wither skeleton, which I saw earlier, which is a little bit scary, but it's not a big deal. Playing this fort like normal, where I try to force as many strays as possible, and then wow, this is the same situation I think I got in 3 times this series, where I'm at 5 rods with an unmined spawner. Oh, break the fire. No! Oh my god, I didn't break the fire, and then I got a 1 spawn. Fire is the most important thing ever. I feel like people don't realize how important. It's not just like a block, it's like 5 blocks in your spawner. It's so bad. Depending on where it is. So, okay. This is the #1 of the snowball, the butterfly effect that happens in the snowball to what makes this match a actually hype final match. So I'm blinding. When my ninja ramp goes away, I don't even think Dougal's in the fort yet. Maybe just now or something. Okay, he's been in the fort for a little bit, but okay that was just stupid. I went the wrong way. I get my 6th rod. Okay, there he gets his 1st rod. I have already measured eyes. I have my 6 rods. I'm going to cords. I pearl the wrong way. Mistake. Not a big deal. I'll just run along this fort. I don't have that much good food, so I'm sparing a bit with my pearls, but I make this gapple. Will make it a little bit nicer to get to cords. Remember, it was like 2100 or 2300 or something, so I have to go far. So now I'm making my way. Finally, and I'm getting a little bit closer to the cords. It's there's no terrain. I have to dig through. This is like the only terrain on this entire side of the seed, and the stronghold was just happened to be here. I'm at Y44, which is just fine to go at. I even get lower. I don't know where I end up building this portal. But now this time loss versus Doogile having a way closer stronghold. Probably not as bad terrain. I don't really remember. Mining in that order was very good for me because I would have fallen if not. Now, finally, in the stronghold. Still fast. Right, 1 more time loss. Spawn on top of portal instead of in starter. Big bit of damage. And mine shaft, and spike to the left, spike forward. nothing to the left. You can't go to the left. Oh God, like what's going on here? I try to force this left so hard. Like it's unbelievable. Because I got the spike to the left. It was just a nice spike. The thing is, in hindsight, I think if I'm a bit more aware of my numbers with preemptive, I might have been able to avoid that spike because the cave spider spawner and the silverfish spawner do have different numbers. But either way, I noticed that I noticed that like I can't go left at all on the stronghold, so then I start to try to uh, go like a different direction and doing like late preemptives and stuff. And so I'm doing late preemptives and I'm like late preemptives are good because they make you find they kind of give you a direction. And then here, like I get a spike this way and I'm kind of like wandering around how like I spot that from like 8 rooms away. I know mouse fake, it's kind of cringe, but whatever. It was that stronghold was so bad. Like that was just an unbelievably bad stronghold, and I shit on it. I feel like I played that like so good. I was just being aware of like every single possible direction that it could be in, and then let's see if I Google I Spies. Let's see if I hit the 0. Oh my God, I won. All I have to do is hit the 0. Let's go. Okay, choke the 0. Nice. That's awesome. I lost now. My mental is so, like, this is just a complete roller coaster. I'm like, hell yeah, fuck, I lost. Okay, Doogle's in the stronghold. He'll never nav this. Doesn't matter, I still win. Um, and, I'm just doing a normal half bow here. Like, this is, like, the difference between on a half bow and a normal half bow is I'm fucking missing all my shots. And now I start to build up. And then he enters the end. What the fuck? How did he nav that so fast? Oh, he has a different stronghold. That's the obvious reason why he has made up so much time in the end game. And I just, like, I didn't think about it until after. Oh my God, that was bad. The thing about fireballs from the dragon is they snap to your feet. So there I was, like, running away from the fireball, and I was so far away, but it snapped to my feet. So I had to run even farther, and then I took damage. I'm waiting for Perch, and I'm just, like, sad. I'm like, I just lost this match. This is so fucked. I lost the rank tourney. And then I'm like, wait a sec. Why hasn't he won yet? The game should be over. What's going on? And then, clearly, eventually, I kind of come to the realization that he also took 0. Or choked 0 or something. I think it was basically a choke because he didn't have blocks. Which is like whatever, but I don't know. He could have used his blocks differently in the run to have more. Wow, nice 1 cycle. Nice 1 cycle. And that's how you win the rank tourney. You just play poorly, but less poorly. Yeah. So hope to do the same thing in season 2.